This one time I was playing this CD and there was a song called Outside Looking In. The lyrics go, here I am, more or less a man, second rate, the last in line, one of life's little twists of fate. Sometimes I sit and wonder why I was born when everything that I touch seems to turn out wrong. And I did rage and anger, not tears, and I just lost it. I was sobbing my heart out, and it was the first prayer I can ever remember saying was like, God, if you're real, show me. At an early age, my mum married the son of a Croatian immigrant who'd basically come over here with nothing but the clothes on his back, and he adopted me. After a few years, first of my sisters, Tracy, come along, and then second one, Raywin. And it was about then that I soon pretty much realised that he didn't or couldn't love me. There was a lot of verbal put-downs. Sometimes when he's drinking, there was physical violence. One of the things he always used to say was that he was going to send me away, and it was something I was pretty scared of. I guess I was known as the sort of happy, smiling kid, but yeah, it was a bit of a mask, really. I was pretty unhappy inside. As I got a bit older in my teens and started hanging out, you know, with other teens, something I ended up doing was drinking really heavily. I didn't feel like I had much hope or a future at that stage. I guess I was in a pretty bad headspace. When I was probably around 21, I had a massive crash. I ended up coming off the bike and sliding into the curb, feet first, at high speed, multiple compound fractures of both legs. I woke up in hospital after about a 14-hour operation. I was very, very lucky to be alive. I'd nearly bled out on site. At one stage, the doctor came in regarding my left leg, and he wasn't sure they were going to be able to ever get it back. Probably a good 2 years, 2.5 years before I was able to go back to work. When I became a dad, I guess the initial thoughts were to try and clean myself up. I just wanted to be the best dad that I could be. One of the things I was really determined with my girls was to be very careful of what and how I said things. With the way I was brought up and the verbal abuse, I'm hugely aware of Jesus saying how the tongue is a double-edged sword, because for me it was the words. The words hurt a lot more than any of the physical stuff ever did. So it was something I really wanted to try hard with my girls to get on top of that, and I've fallen and failed so many times, but with God's grace, and we just get up, dust off. I quite often will have to apologise to them when I get it wrong, but it's something I've tried really hard to work on. Yeah, I was really determined to break that generational cycle of put-downs and violence. I just want better for my kids, basically. I want them to have a better upbringing than I did. There's a drummer I've always followed, Mr. Mike Portnoy, who's like a beast of a drummer. He's been voted best drummer in the world multiple times. I've always followed him, and I followed a side project of his he did with a Christian guy called Neil Morse. And I listened to it a couple of times, and I rang a mate and I was telling him about this awesome music, and the exact words I used, the music's amazing, the lyrics are really churchy, but the music's like really powerful. And I started thinking, there's definitely something in this. That Sunday, I knew what time the church service was, so I wandered down there. I just froze, and I had just all these fears and doubts and voices. Yeah, right, you're not good enough, they don't let people like you in it. So I didn't go, I wandered off home. The next week, I made it across the road, which is progress, right? Before I took off home. The third week, I got halfway down the drive and a guy came out and shook my hand and gently led me in. Yeah, once I went to church, God just started transforming me. It didn't happen instantly, but I got to a point where I didn't drink. This is going from pretty much being an alcoholic. Stopped smoking drugs, and yeah, I haven't looked back since. I'm inherently aware of my flaws, and I really feel for people who are stuck in that cycle. With God, it can be broken. Just know that you're valued and you're loved, and if you call on Him, He will be there to transform you and to help you through this.